Welcome to today's lesson about organizational structures. Firstly, we're going to start off with the terminology used before going on to the structures that you'll see in any organization which is of a medium to large size. So, organizational structure refers to the different way that business can be organized and ultimately the roles and responsibilities of each employee so they can all be accounted for in terms of what they do and the responsibilities that they have. Terminologies. Delegation, first of all, means where a manager, let's say him at the top on the right, he will be giving tasks to people below him. And again, these managers will give tasks to people below. That's called delegating, when a manager gives someone below him, called a subordinate, a task. So you can see that you can keep on delegating, keep on delegating. So delegating means delegation is giving a task to someone underneath you that you have responsibility for. Next, we have span of control. You can see in this diagram here, span of control. One person to 8 people, we can call that wide span of control. Here we have 1 to 3. Again, 1 underneath, 3. 1, 3. This is narrow. This top one, wide, has got more people under his control, and the top one, narrow. Okay, so now we go to levels of hierarchy. This is an example of a chart, and it's got levels here. So one being higher than the other. So we've got here one, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. 5 levels of hierarchy. Next, we've got chain of command. Chain of command is basically where the orders are received from what line. So we've got CEO, give the command to the finance director, we'll give the command to the finance manager, who gives the command to the finance staff. This is here, that's the chain of command. Likewise, this is the chain of command for this production line. You wouldn't find a production manager giving a command to finance manager because it's not the same chain of command, you see. The chain follows this organizational structure. Next, we have something called bureaucracy, which in short refers to where an administration where there's lots of rules and procedures. You just like, even to do simple things, you have to fill out this form and that form, and you just want a day off, or you just want to say that I need to go to the hospital, but they say you have to fill out 2 or 3 forms, bring the proof, and that's called bureaucracy, when you have a lot of paperwork to do just a few simple tasks. Next, for number 6, we've got something called centralization. This is where the organization's decisions revolving around either one person or a few people. So as you can see, one person is giving the decisions to everyone. It's all centralized around this one person or a few people. Oppositely, we have decentralization, where everyone's giving orders to everyone in that sense, depending on what their decisions are. So the person in the middle, there is no person there. He's allowed others, he's given them the power to make their own decisions based on their, obviously they have to have trust in this situation. Next, we have something called delayering. Delayering is exactly that, taking out one layer. Look, you see, there was how many levels of hierarchy here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Taking out a layer is called delayering. Okay, so finally, we'll go on to the matrix structure picture. Here we go. So you can see here, matrix structure here is where employees have more than one reporting relationship. See, the chain of command here is in many different directions. So you have a project manager, You've got his, for example, his this is research here. Just zoom in a bit if possible. Yeah. So you can see here, president of research, president of sales, but they're organized into various projects, various managers. So matrix is a bit more complex, and it depends on the size of the organization. But it's just trying to get the best out of a small number of people to use them in multiple ways. So that's part one, terminology for organizational structures. In part two, we're going to look at some of the actual charts and the different types of charts.